welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm yours, Khaleel Ward, and on this episode, I want to talk about Gambit Prime. I want to talk about Gambit Prime Etiquette, to be exact. I came up with 4 rules for Gambit Prime Etiquette, especially when you're playing with randoms. It's kind of frustrating when you get matched up with randoms who don't really know what they're doing, and you're trying to do one thing and they're not really helping you. So here are 4 rules for Gambit Prime Etiquette, and it can transfer over to regular Gambit as well. Rule number 1, know your role. I know it sounds simple, but a lot of people don't have a role when they start playing Gambit. It doesn't really matter if you have the armor sets at all, but just like Bungie said, Gambit is broken up into basically 4 categories. You have the person who kills all the bad guys, you have the collector, you have the sentry who protects the bank, and you have the invader. So know which role you want to do before the match starts. If you look around at your team, maybe some of them have the armor sets on, maybe it's not a full armor set, maybe they have the helmet, maybe they have the legs or whatever. You can tell which role they want to go for. Yes, there could be more than one person for a role. There could be 2 sentries, there could be 2 collectors, 2 reapers, or whatever. But know your role when you're going into the match. Rule number 2, be good at your role. Yes, again, very simple, and everybody's like, duh, you should be good at the role. But how many times have you come across somebody who wants to invade and they're just waiting by the portal, and they go and invade and they die? And then they come back and they go and invade again and they die. So be good at your role. If you want to try to be a sentry and it's really like your first time doing it and you're messing up a little bit, don't sit there and try to be a sentry. If you want to be an invader and you're not really good at invading, let someone else do it who might be better at the job. Rule number 2, again, be good at the role. Rule number 3, very important, be flexible. I know what you're thinking. What does that mean? Be flexible means you might have to switch roles on the go, on the fly. You might go in there and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to be a collector, but the invader on your team is kind of bad, so you might have to switch to being an invader immediately. Sometimes you be playing a game and the primeval comes up, and I know that we don't really have an invader. I might stop shooting the primeval and I'll go and invade, get a few kills, and help the team out. Sometimes you have to sacrifice what you're doing for the betterment of the team. You may have to protect the bank. If people on your team can't really protect the bank, you might have to go protect the bank even though you wanted to be a reaper or a collector. So be flexible. It's very important. And last but not least, rule number 4, understand the situation. This is very important, and it can cost you the game. So understand the situation means if you're playing the game, and sometimes I know people want to play with music on and they're not really listening to the drifter, and if he says deposit those motes to call a primeval, you need to deposit those motes to call a primeval. Also, understand the situation. If I have 12, 13 motes, and you know I only need 2 to get the large blocker, and you only have 2 motes, if I kill some people, don't come in and steal the motes. If you see that I'm a reaper and I'm destroying a high value target or something that's going to give me a lot of motes, and I only need a few motes for a blocker, don't come stealing all my motes. Understand the situation. Another very important thing about understanding the situation, if there's an invader and you see that I have 15 motes, don't just hide. Go out there and try to protect me if I have 15 motes. If you only have 2 motes, or you got 1 mote or no motes, and you see that I have 15, you know the invader is coming for me. So try to set him up. You go out there, you be bait, and maybe I can shoot him and kill him. You have to protect the team. It's a team game. Everybody does better when everybody understands what needs to be done. So rule number 1, know your role. Rule number 2, be good at the role. Rule number 3, be flexible. And rule number 4, understand the situation. And those are my 4 rules for Gambit Prime Etiquette. And I think if you follow these rules, you'll have a better time playing Gambit Prime, especially with randoms. When you're with your clan, you can talk to each other, communicate. It's a lot easier. But if you're playing a game with randoms, you might have to switch it up and follow these rules. So Do you have any rules for Gambit Prime, especially with randoms? Let me know. Enjoy the rest of this Gambit Prime match. I think we came out on top. As you can see, I'm probably a Reaper, but I had to switch things around and invade a little bit. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Deuces.
Ogre shot me in the back. They finished me off. When I get a super, I'll take out the rest of those blockers. Oh, why didn't you tell me you had the what's the name up? Alright, I'm getting out of here. It looked like he got a rocket. Oh, glad you. I'm not recording that. Nah, you good. It's just weird, like when I be listening to it. I don't got no heavy. I mean, I don't got no special. That was one hell of a call out. I got two. They didn't start, but it helps. Yo, he is shining yellow. Oh, I got ammo now. Yeah. Left side probably, most likely. Y'all killed each other? Shut down. You invade. Thank you. And we rock them, rock them, rock them, rock them. There we go. Finally, a video I can capture. 50 kills. I'm a Reaper. Most deposited by the collectors. Sentry over here. 7 blockers defeated. That's what I'm talking about. It's good teamwork.